Here we go. Hello, hello. Welcome to Apex After Dark. I have with me my co-host Double
Oh,
Flyer.
no. You're not showing on YouTube.
What the?
It's still got your picture and it says waiting.
Ah! It's 12 a.m.
Let
man.
me double check that, but
It's
from the
12
old
a.m.
stream, it's still got your picture up. It says live now. Let me click a refresh. See. Oh, here we are.
And we are.
Yeah.
We're here. Thank
Okay.
God. Hello.
Sorry, didn't mean to throw the fear
Sorry,
of God into you.
panic. Fear of God in me. Ah. All right. Welcome again. This is Apex Comics. I'm Brett Cantrell, Apex Comics, and I have with me Devil Flyer, Rex Christian, and a special guest, Peter Retro Palmiotti. All right,
And
Hello.
his cat. And his cat.
and his cat.
Yep.
What's your cat's name?
That one is Rocket. I got four here. One's a Forster.
All right. Hey, we got good stuff. Comic Scare. Hail. How you doing?
Good stuff.
He's got the best green screen behind him. Always.
All right.
Lovely
Absolutely.
ladies.
Yeah, he's cool, man. I like your good stuff. Thanks for coming on, good stuff. Amen. Okay. Well, I might as well start in this question. Okay. First off, who's older, you or Jimmy?
Jimmy, by a year and a half ish.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
so have you guys like started comics together, like put out like one of those fanzines together, or you just pretty much did it individually?
Well, yeah. I mean, like growing up, we were both into comics, and he bought his stack of books. I bought my stack of books, and we read each other's books and whatnot. As far as like got into comics first, he was assisting and worked his way in, and I sort of really like he came to me today, and the story of it is that Mark Textiera, if you know him,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah.
worked on Ghost Rider back in the day, and he was late with an issue. So Jimmy was like, "Hey, you want to make a couple extra bucks?" I was like, "Sure." And he said, "You'll just fill in blacks and whatever." And so we went up to the Marvel offices after hours, after 5. Nobody was there but us. It was me, Jimmy, Tex, this guy Ken Branch, and maybe one other person, I forget. But it was really there working in the Marvel offices. We were in the bullpen. All the editor offices are all around us, all posters on the wall, everything.
Oh God, the old Marvel. I love it.
Yeah, and
Then.
Tex was drinking coffee, eating donuts, and just slamming out pages, penciling and inking himself. And I was filling in blacks. Jimmy was inking backgrounds. Ken was inking backgrounds. And it was just like insanity for like a couple hours. And I really decided right there that that's what I wanted to do. It's like I grew up drawing and into comics, and I probably played around with the idea, but I had a normal job for like 10 years. I was a messenger, and then I worked my way into working in the mailroom, and then running a mailroom. And art was precious. It's like, so that experience convinced me, but I'm pretty sure if I didn't have that experience, I would have wound up in comics eventually. So,
Oh yeah.
so to get back to your question, we dealt with things like
You're kind of breaking up a little. You're breaking up a little bit there on your sound. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's my crappy internet. I'm out in Kentucky in a small town, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
if I start breaking up, let me know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
But yeah, we've done some stuff together. Like I remember one thing specifically. There was the like a mini comic for the first X-Men in DVD form, when it came out in DVD, just before the second one came out in the theaters, we made Marvel made an X-Men comic, and me and Jimmy were co-anchors on that.
I think I may have had a copy of that. I think I remember. I remember your name being on it. Yeah. Cool.
Just different things, like some covers together, some stories together. Nothing really monumental. But we've dabbled working together. I would like to eventually do something serious, but he's got to be free. I got to be free. So
he'll never get free.
That's true.
Yeah,
he'll never get free. He's pretty busy.
Yeah, I did meet your brother Jimmy and Amanda Connor at the San Diego Comic-Con in San Diego back in 2000. Very nice guy, very nice lady. I mean, they signed a couple of books. I think Daredevil issue half, or they're both. I think he was. Well, she was drawing maybe the cover, and he did the inks on it or something like that. But yeah, they signed
the
it both.
Wizard half issue.
Yeah, it's a Wizard half issue with Daredevil on it.
Right,
it's awesome. So
yeah. I mean, it's like my brother is like the top in the industry. I'm the starving artist, but I don't care. It's like as long as
the Stan Lees and the Larry Liebers.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that when you think about it.
Yeah.
They both blazed their own trail. They were both
successful. He's mostly focused on Kickstarters now, which is cool. And I'm sort of shifting my career into, I want to work on my own books. I got a whole bunch of things going on. I showed you some artwork, and I have some stuff I put in a folder too. But Retro is a character I created when I was in my late teens. And so I've been thinking about him throughout the years, and he's essentially, just a basic superhero. But I have plenty of stories, ideas for him, and it'll be an ongoing series. And I'm going to expand into other characters that I created as well. It's like mostly I'm known as an inker. Mm-hmm. So I'm buying pencilers to work on books, and I'm going to ink them for as long as I can, and I'll be doing like 7 different characters plus a team book, plus and graphic novels and different things, not just heroes.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. I'm going to show this one. This is pretty cool. I like this. You had this remark right here. Is this retro, right? Is that retro?
That was just an envelope.
Yeah. This looks like retro.
But yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I saw your unboxing.
So retro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Retro is essentially, it's inspired by comics from the 60s to the 90s, a little bit of heavy metal, a little bit of my own modern sensibilities. He's stronger than the average person. He's faster than the average person. He heals quicker. He's the master of parkour. He's the protector of the fire boroughs, New York, all that. I hope, eventually I'll get the first issue out and hope people check it out.
What were your inspirations in comics? Like the comics that you read, maybe Jimmy read, and today? I mean, artists and inkers as well.
It's like everybody inspires me, and I've read tens of thousands of comics probably. It's ridiculous.
Do you have a favorite? Did you have a favorite?
It's like Batman is a favorite over at Marvel, Superman at DC. It's like so many characters. I love Nexus. I love Hellboy. I love Distant Soil, just different things. What is it? Elf Quest.
Oh
yeah.
Distant Soul, kind of like a Distant Soul.
Distant Soil was a regular comic, independent comic back in the day. Put out by Colleen Duran.
Beautiful artwork.
It's great work, man.
Yeah.
She did some Warlord over there at DC.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. I love Warlord. Is another favorite character. Mike Grell.
What was the price on your first comic? Mine was 25 cents. Not really. I mean, that's when I got started collecting. I got a few.
I want to say maybe 20 cents. I think I remember buying, 5 for $1.
Yeah, I just missed that. Yeah.
Incredible Hulk. I think 172. I think that was a 20 center. That was my first.
I couldn't buy 5 for $1, even if I was back then, because my mother wouldn't give me the tax money. No, you got to get as much as $1 will purchase. She wouldn't come off those few pennies.
A few pennies on the street. Oh, I found a few pennies here. I got to pay for this book. I remember buying 8 comics for $2, but come up with a little change after that. Oh, it's a great time. Wow.
It was such, it's like that was a real treat. Like now it's like comics are priced so expensive, but kids have more money, so I don't know, it maybe evens out a little bit.
Probably did.
But it's like Jimmy has a better memory than I do, and it's like the popular question that always turns up is like, what was the first comic you read? And I really don't remember what the first comic I read was. And he said, he reminded me that we used to go to a local barber, and a local barber had comic books, but those were like Archie and Richie Rich and that kind of stuff. So that's probably the first comics we read.
Wow. Yeah.
I used to get those little ones about like that, or maybe the square kind at the shoe store.
Oh,
right.
Comics. Got Go Mini Comics. Those are great.
Yeah, those were probably the first that I was really exposed to.
I remember my dad getting those big little books. They're like 100 pages, but in a small format.
Yeah.
Some of them were in hardbacks. I mean, those are hard to find.
That was waste paper, it. I mean, it was on the cutter, and he didn't want to throw that paper away. And he said, "What can I do with this?" And he made
big little books, man. Freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
God,
the actor that played Chekhov, he had a whole big collection of them.
Oh,
and
my
he
God.
collected pinbacks.
Walter Koenig?
He collected Star Trek, but only of Chekhov, his character. Everything that came out on Chekhov. And he also had he was a big Joe Palooka fan. He would collect 1 through 50. He had the first 50 issues or so.
Wow. Hey, Carrie. How y'all doing?
Welcome, everybody.
She's from jolly old England.
We're talking to the man, Peter, today.
Peter Palmiotti tonight. Thanks for coming on, Peter. Dang. It is an honor. It really is. Yeah.
It's funny. I've been so chasing deadlines for too long, for months.
Yeah.
And so I plan to do a lot more streaming this month. I probably only did a week worth of streaming. I even have a collective of people I get together with during the week, and I haven't done that. I haven't done streaming. I've just been working. And of course, I realized oh shit, it's this show is really late, and it's I got another cover to finish tomorrow. It's I hope I get enough sleep.
Right. Oh man, I know. I've been streaming more than I am drawing. That's a sin right there.
Yeah.
Somehow, I wish you can multiply yourself. My clone can do the streaming. My other clone can do this, the promotion, this and that and the other, the fulfillment, and then I could draw and write or whatever. And if it only were that easy to do, you pretty much have to clone yourself. You wear different hats where you're crowdfunding your own book, like Billy Tucci has demonstrated. He's talked about this before, and it's it is the truth, man. You try to bide your time in increments. It is so hard to do.
Yeah, it's like a lot of us are just single people doing everything.
Yeah.
Some of us have partners, some of us have people we hire. But even so, it's a lot of work and a lot of things to cover and territory and whatnot. It's like I did actually crowdfund retro on Kickstarter back in 2019, and it was a short Kickstarter. It was 5 days, and I really wanted to throw something up on Kickstarter, because like I've been following it since it premiered, and been really wanting to do a project on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really don't have the time for this now, but let me do this, see how it goes. I don't know what my fan base is. I don't know anything, and I did it. And it's like, I had just about 80 people pledged to it. And,
oh, wow.
And, just under 2,000, whatever it was, 1,900 and something. Yeah, and I am extremely late getting it done and getting it out there. Because of life and pandemic and world events and all that. But it's everybody's first crowdfunder is an experience, and I definitely have learned a lot in all this time since then. Once I get it out to the people that pledged on Kickstarter, I'm going to do Indiegogo, full-fledged Indiegogo. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Who's fighting? I guess.
I almost fighting him. Oh man, that's something, man. So are you putting retro on Indiegogo?
Yeah. So once I get it fulfilled, to the Kickstarter pledgers, I'm going to do a full-fledged 30-day on Indiegogo.
That's cool.
So maybe by summertime, maybe before that. I'm not sure exact date yet. But it's like the inks are 99% done. I got the last page and a couple of pinups to finish off. I'm going to be coloring my own book. I tried some colors out that didn't work out. I'm going to do it myself. I got a letterer. I got somebody that's going to help me with production, on the book.
Oh, that's great.
And just do a bunch of merchandise and then put it all together and mail it out to everybody, and then I'll do the Indiegogo.
Hey,
so
man.
I'm excited.
Ended,
that's very exciting,
still
man.
in demand?
Hey,
what do they do in demand over there at Kickstarter?
No, in demand. I think Indiegogo is right.
Okay.
Yeah, just Indiegogo has in demand. It's like friends of like even though I haven't yet fulfilled the Kickstarter. Oh, I should go to Indiegogo right away, and I can go directly into in demand, or I can just do another crowdfunder. I'm like, no, I got to fulfill those pledges first, and then I'll do Indiegogo.
Yeah.
And with what I learned since then is I might really work on the setup I had anyway. So.
Hey, do you have a page to show? I mean, that's on you right now. I mean, in your studio, they can pull out
a page of retro.
Yeah, or retro, or anything like a character drawing. I didn't have time to upload any files or anything like that.
Well, I put together a folder.
Okay. You want to share a screen or something?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
That share screen's crazy.
Let's see if I can figure this out.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's go say hello to the chat. Hello, Hawkbacks. And we got Carrie here today and Wolverine. Hello, Wolverine. All right. Got, of course, there is Good Stuff Comic Skater. He's still here, I think, maybe. And I don't know, it may be a robot that needs to be zapped. I don't know who that is. Maybe I'm wrong. But Mark Zunga, we got him in here. All right. Hail, guys. Hail, everybody.
I already
Oh
got
yeah.
that bot earlier.
Thank you. Thanks so much. All right. Anyway,
Smashing.
I know, right? So I
I
like
hear
that. That. Oh, you got it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Okay.
Yeah. So, so,
I'm gonna show off.
I put together a bunch of different stuff.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, let me go ahead and share your
uh,
screen. Add to stream. Here we go. Oh yeah,
There
man.
we go.
Yeah, you're going to choose one. You have the control, I believe.
yeah. All right. It's my computer slow. Come on. Okay, here we go. So, I'm doing for two different anthologies. This is for one anthology called American Alchemist,
Ooh,
and
okay.
it's sort of fantasy. Might have some wrestling. I'm not exactly sure. I'm supposed to also ink a story,
Okay.
which I haven't got yet, but I think I'm doing 6 or 7 covers for them. This is just one of them.
They like
Yeah.
a lot of variant covers over there at Kickstarter, don't they?
Yeah.
And this is another cover for them.
Are you able to click on the retro issue 1 cover inks? Does that?
Yeah.
Do you click on it, it gets bigger, or how's it? Does it work? Yeah. It's one of those folder things.
I think it's later in my folder, but I'll get to it.
No
so
problem.
this is a book. It used to be called The Chosen Few. It's now called Designated. It's actually the publisher. It's funny. The publisher's name is Apex Comics Group.
Hey, it's funny.
So yeah.
That's sue each other. Actually, I came up with Apex Graphics in the 90s, so technically I had this name longer than they did. And so
we're seeing the little thumbnails of your files. You can't really see it, Peter. Can you blow one up?
Keep blow one up? No, it's not. If you click one and maybe, yeah. I see several thumbnails.
Maybe double click on it.
They may double click.
I think I know. Yeah. Okay, sorry, my bad. I think I know.
It's okay.
Let's see. I have to start it.
Take
over.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's start over. Let me go in. Let's see here. I'd like to watch and support Apex a little. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Appreciate that a lot. Everyone watching, you share that Apex is live. Yeah, share this video, please. Share it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. What other? Did I say Twitter? Yeah, why not?
Interesting man.
Yes.
All right, so now it should be working.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let me go and add. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking.
There we go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And I think you can go in and out with that and even get closer for details if you want to.
You might. Yeah, I think so. I think he's able to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Ah, that's magnificent. So, did you pencil and ink it, or did you have another penciler with you?
No, I'm mostly known as an inker, and so a lot of probably everything I'm showing right now is my inks.
Do you prefer a brush, or do you use a combination, or?
I usually do a combination of brush and quill. I use Rapidograph for like technical stuff.
Wow,
that's wonderful stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
Love
the little suction cups, minerals everywhere.
Oh man, I have to go.
I have to go back in again and get out. It's all right.
That's
weird. Where is he going? Really easy going here. So yeah, whatever you want to do. You're going to the next page.
I'm blowing up the other one. Let's.
Okay.
Do you see the next cover?
I only see blackness. I'm going to go in and remove this one. You get me another one.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
Okay, it's going. Yeah,
I never actually shared the folder. I thought it worked previously. I don't know.
Oh, that's all right. But, we pretty much got a gist of what you got there, man. Some good stuff.
Welcome, Abigail, to the show.
Hey, it's Abigail. I'm gonna go ahead and let's go see you. Hello, Abigail. Oh, cute. All right. How old is Abigail?
9 years old. We share the same birthday.
Hot damn. That's awesome.
All right. Well, this isn't
all right.
What I'll do is this. Okay.
Okay.
I'll share is it will be tiny, and this is that's slides that function on Trina.
Okay, let's see. Let me see. Oh, okay. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, we're back to the thumbnails here. Oh yeah, I got HAS comics.
Yeah,
comics, dude. That's kind of cool.
Has comics, dude. That's gonna be my publishing company, because like my studio name is Art Studio, so Has Comics, dude is my comic line.
Okay.
So over the top, to the right is designated. It's like kids and aliens and superpowers and that kind of thing. It's going to be a graphic novel published by Apex Comics Group.
Okay.
Comics with a C.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. What we're going to respect this company. That's what I'm going to say. I bought something from Apex Comics Group. It was the Right Project with Ron Friends, Sal Buscema, and Tom DeFalco. And so, they sent me a thumbnail. It's the Apex Comics Group. Oh, this is bizarre. Okay, I'm going to show you something, guys. I'm going to show proof that actually I came up with the Apex Comics Group in 2003. Here I go. I'm going to show this to you real quick. Here we go. This is proof and prosperity here, guys. All right. Let me get this tack back on the wall. Excuse me. All right. Here I go. Oh my God. Let me get back to get back here. Let me get to control. Here we go. All right, guys. Here we go. Let me go take this out.
Scary.
Yeah, no, I'm scary. I'm terrifying. I'm a monster. Here we go. All right, okay, look at this. Apex Comics Group. Look at that. 2003. Hello. That's proof. 2003. So that's my evidence. Actually, I'm not calling it Apex Comics Group. It's Apex Comics. So these guys can have that name. They can have it. As long we don't bother each other and not sue each other, we're cool. So, I think buy my stuff, I'll buy their stuff.
Do you know the writer Fabian Vicente?
I've met him. I've met him back in when I was in Seattle.
His brother, unless I'm critically wrong, his brother is Mario, and Mario is the guy running Apex.
Oh, Mario Nichizi?
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce his name? Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. I like Fabian. Yeah. I guess he's one of my Instagram friends or one of those Facebook friend people, Yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean,
so the graphic novel and the anthology books I'm working on and retro will all be crowdfunded this year. Like at some point last year, I started getting like covers for books. Like I have an art rep. His name is Philip Russert.
Okay.
And I did a couple of prints and then a cover for him, and actually everything turned into covers for him. For his book Tragedy, I did a cover for my friend's book, Mavericks, which came out, which was crowdfunded last year. Tragedy is actually being crowdfunded on Indiegogo right now. so you can grab my cover.
Tragedy.
Great Bee Gees song.
Okay.
Tragedy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a female assassin. And she's got a dragon buddy or something. I haven't actually read it yet.
Whoa. I don't know where Felix Haas or Green Laser is. If they can like maybe find the links to that.
Right,
Tragedy on Indiegogo. I should like write notes and put after I aired this and put it on replay, I'll put the descriptions in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to write down Tragedy. Okay, Indigo. You did the cover for it, right?
Well,
yeah, man.
He had, he put out 2 issues, and I think altogether it's a ridiculous, like 37 covers or something.
Oh, wow.
So I inked one of them.
But you don't know which one it was?
Well, it was, the artist was Alex. I forget the guy's last name, but Alex. I think there's only one Alex Penciler.
Okay.
That's got to be a nightmare to fulfill with that many covers.
That many 37 covers? I'm only going to have maybe 2 on my FemBat campaign.
Well, I tell you, like with my books, and this might be a mistake, I'm not doing any alternate covers. I'm just having one cover, and stop yelling. And because I love like that I could look back on old Marvel comics like Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Iron Man, whatever, all the first issues or any issue, like, and you remember the issue by the cover. Nowadays it's like there's so many covers, it's like I have no idea what book issue it is, or like nobody cares. So I'm just doing one cover, and
we'll see what I see is with Indiegogo they like perks.
Like the stretch goals.
Yeah, like bookmarks, stickers, magnets, posters.
Oh no!
I'm gonna have stickers. I'm gonna have magnets, patches, marks. Actually, I gotta be back in a second.
Yeah, sure, man. Show and tell. That's all good.
Yeah, it looks like over on Kickstarter, rather they like a lot of variant covers. I mean, a bunch of variant covers.
It's like they should not. No one should be like Marvel or DC put out like 50 variant covers for.
No, I can understand if it's a special event.
Oh hell yeah! Look at that retro. Yes, that's why I like that logo, man. You're gonna have a retro T-shirt to sell, I believe, right? Possibly.
Yeah. Well, I haven't settled on who I'm going to have make them. This was threadless, so I want to try different companies and see if the quality is better, or the printing's better, that sort of thing. So I'm in research and development right now, but it will pretty much look like that, and I'll have variations and whatnot. The logo I designed, I got somebody to make it professional, but I designed my own logo. It's not too different than the old X-Men logo.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool logo, man. I was like, oh yeah. And I saw that above the drawing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So man. Okay, so the retro. So when are you gonna release that? Retro.
I'm hoping April. Like that. That would be to everybody that pledged already. Get everything done. Like I said, I got to finalize the script. I got the coloring. I got the lettering, and book production. There'll be a lot of, it's a 28-page story, and it's gonna be a 40-page book. So there'll be stuff in the back, extras. Like I got like retro fan art that I'll throw in there, and other stuff. I want to try to get a letters page, so that means I'll have to send out PDFs or something to people and let them write a letter.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
something to do.
What are the powers of retro? What are the
Well,
powers?
he's stronger than the average person, faster, heals quicker. It's not really anything too fantastical. Um, so in my universe, they're metahumans. We can't use superhero or whatever. But they call him the first meta, and there'll be story involving that. What that means.
Oh wow.
Will there be a retro too if this one goes well?
That's
Well,
exactly so.
Will you
Yeah.
do a
So
follow up? Is that your plans to do a follow up?
it's going to be an ongoing series. Will be maybe one issue a year to start off, but I'll speed up as I go along. But yeah, it's going to be an ongoing series. I want to do at least 100 issues, so it's like
wow. Yeah, don't pull a Dave Sim and go 300. If you reach like maybe I'm 98 years old on my 300th issue or whatever.
Yeah. It's like I'm already too old to think about 300, but
Yeah, exactly. 100. Maybe that can be done. Yeah.
yeah.
We all better put it on the fast track.
Right. No
None of us are
kidding.
getting younger.
No, definitely not. And, I've had like different projects too. Like I've got some IPs and things, and I know how it is. There's times you do one project, you do maybe 4 or 5, 6 pages, and you're like, okay, what else could I do? You
Yeah.
can't get the interest. It's kind of tough to actually stick to one. But
Well, it's like everything about this industry is difficult. It's like it's hard to work for yourself as opposed to having working for a boss. It's like
that's true.
working for a boss is a breeze compared to working for yourself. It's you got to motivate yourself every day. You gotta just show up and do the work, and it's like some days you have bad art days or bad writing days or whatever, and you just gotta
remember
accept it.
Do you remember the first year that fill-in issue was with you and Jimmy working on it and others trying to get that out for Marvel? Do you remember the year? Your first professional work, I guess it was, huh?
My no, like what I the the ghostwriter you're talking about that I assisted on.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was 91. I think it was September 91. So the issue probably came out maybe October or November. Like he was really past deadline, I think. So it came out right away, as opposed to usually a space of 3 books ahead of time or something.
So you've been doing professional comics since 91.
Yeah, so
That's
30
great.
years. Yeah.
It's really cool.
And I've had good years. I had more bad years, but whatever. It's I worked for Valiant back in the day. It was just like inking backgrounds for them, but that was a great experience. Like Valiant was a different setup than any other comic company. It was like everybody. 99% of the people working for Valiant were working in the office. So the writers, the editors, the pencilers, inkers, colorists, letters, production, everybody was up there. And it was a 9 to 5 job, 5 days a week. So it was structured.
It was in an old warehouse, wasn't it?
It was just in an office building. It was across the street from FIT in Manhattan.
Okay.
And it was great. It was great experience. I worked there less than a year, but that's because I wanted to ink their books, not just ink backgrounds. And Bob Layton was in charge, and he was like, "No, it's not happening."
So is that when after Jim Shooter left Valiant?
That was after Jim Shooter left. But funny enough, I did wind up working a couple of months at night at Defiant, which was Jim Shooter's other company. So
Yeah.
during the day I worked at Valiant, and then at night I was working at Defiant.
Valiant was very story oriented, wasn't it?
Yeah. They, like they had a lot of quality. I didn't agree 100% with their strategy, but there was quality there. There was talented people. One of the biggest friendships I made was with Jim Calafiore, and I would go on years later to work on Aquaman over his pencils.
Oh wow.
And he actually got me the job. So,
I was digging through some stuff, and I had forgotten that I had this. I had like a graded 9.8 Shadow Man #6, and that had a Steve Ditko cover and inside interior artwork. So even Steve Ditko worked for Valiant.
He did get a few stuff for them.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Don Perlin was my first actual first comic book artist.
Was it Werewolf by Night by any chance?
Yeah.
I got a few.
And he was working up there. He's a good guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Is he still around?
Yes, I think so.
I think he is.
Actually on a Kickstarter campaign with about 39 other artists. That's the way they do over there,
That's true. How you make any money if you have 39 artists on a book? That's
insane. Is that part of the Apex Masters comic or whatever that is?
Yes. Yeah. I was on Pop XP with him, and he said he lined up about 40 artists for that project, and a lot of it was the wives calling. A lot of the older artists that are infrequent in comics now, and they were getting work, and
that's awesome.
One would be hired on for something, and then they would say, well, why don't you hire so and so to do this cover for you or this page, and wound up about 40 artists. How you do that, I don't know, but I'm glad some of these older artists are getting work.
Oh, me too. I might have to look it up. I guess Google Don Perlin and what Kickstarter or whatever. Or, I don't know what title. You remember the title of the book, Rex, by any chance?
He had it right. Peter had it right. It was that
Masters of something.
Oh, Masters.
And it's on Indiegogo, I believe it was.
Oh, Indiegogo. Okay, good.
Indiegogo. Yeah. Oh, well, it was on Kickstarter, but it may be on Indiegogo now.
Because maybe it's both.
Probably it finished up.
What you should do is look up Apex Comics Group.
And just, not me, but the comics group. Yeah, I get it. Apex Comics. Yeah, I'm gonna give them some business. Maybe they could give me business. We can I'll rub their back if they can rub my back. There you go. Yeah. Apex Comics Group. Yeah, watch this video.
Action going on there.
Yeah. No, well, I think we'll compliment each other. I think so. I think we'll relate well. No, I got my thing. They have their thing.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. There's room for everybody.
I think so.
Peter, who was your favorite, a big influence as far as your art? And Jimmy does not count.
Well, Jimmy is good, but is better. Bernie Wrightson, once I knew I wanted to do comics for a living, and I decided to pretty much like Jimmy decided, come in as an inker. I was looking at everybody, Neil Adams and John Romita Sr. and, it was like everybody who was out there at the time. But Bernie Wrightson, I would, stack his books to my side, and as I was working to try to, soak it up like a sponge, just his work was always amazing, and like his Swamp Thing was very different than years later what he did on his Frankenstein work. Was phenomenal.
I remember that, man. It's brilliant.
I think the Frankenstein was meant to be more detailed, more book have a I don't know, a printed etching feel. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
I have those postcards, those Frankenstein postcards that he did. They're like prints, but they're reduced size. Or look, oh, it's so brilliant.
Yeah, I've seen like those pieces blown up into poster size, and like the art is just amazing. But it's like everybody influenced me, and specifically I was looking at inkers as well. Klaus Janson, Al Williamson, Terry Austin, Dan Green, like everybody that was around at that time. It's like, it's funny because right now I'm very influenced by like the 90s image guys, like stylistically.
Yeah.
But then, it's like I was looking at previous, I guess, Marvel books and whatnot, like just stacks and stacks of them.
Well, you mentioned some inkers in there. You have a favorite inker besides yourself?
Really,
I like Terry Austin myself.
I mean, Terry was phenomenal. But I think Al had a looseness to his work, and also a tightness when it was necessary. Kevin Nolan, who's a phenomenal artist, but he's also a great inker. Tom Palmer, there's so many.
Palmer's amazing. Got over Neil Adams pencils. Wow. And John Buscema. I mean, he could.
Yeah.
Even Gene Colan. I mean, he makes everyone look so good.
Dick Giordano. I forget. I was a big fan of the Master of Kung Fu when Paul Gulacy was working on it.
Gulacy. I met Paul Gulacy. Yeah, it's back in Seattle back in 1998.
You're talking
real nice
like,
guy.
Early 70s magazines there, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's about the time you got started reading comics, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I probably looked at comics in the 60s, but really, like, when I started collecting comics, it was strictly for the art. I remember not reading for a couple of years. It's like I just collected it for the art. And eventually I got into reading them and into the stories. And me and my brother say the same thing. It's like you could look at the art of a comic, from cover to cover and appreciate it. But once you read it from cover to cover and then examine the art again, you get a more true appreciation of what they put into it.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, Shadowhawk Back says, right now in Comicsgate, we have an amazing Aaron Lopresti and Joe M. Sontag is going to be the next Mark Silvestri. Yes. They're both really, really splendid artists.
I love what Joe's doing. Reaper Destroyer is his new book coming up. And I've seen some pages to that and it looks amazing. Mark Silvestri is another. I love Mark Silvestri's work. Not too different than Bernie Wrightson in some ways. Ernie Chan, Keller. Yeah, it's like anything that was started calling in the magazines back in the day. Anybody that worked in those, all that art was fantastic. Alex Nino is another favorite of mine from back then.
Yeah, he's definitely different. Hey, he did a lot of stuff for Charlton.
Absolutely.
I think that was the warehouse I was thinking about. Charlton had an old warehouse that people worked out of.
Yeah, I wonder who bought out Charlton.
DC.
Oh, of course, because they're that
Impact line,
Impact line, I thought it was crap. I didn't like the Impact line. They didn't do it right. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
you're right
it's
about
like
that.
Whenever Marvel and DC scooped up characters, they didn't last long.
No, they didn't. They sure did. I mean, Marvel bought out, I guess, a Malibu Ultraverse.
Yeah,
they put a lot of the Marvel like Black Knight and Cersei into and Juggernaut into the other Malibu Ultraverse titles. It was kind of interesting for a while. But I guess Marvel decided, well, we're going to buy it and destroy that world. All right, and then they did not do anything to the other characters.
Well, it'd be
Just
one
left
thing if they
blank.
actually did destroy it, like on a crisis event in Earth. That might be
They
interesting.
kind of did. Yeah, that
They
would have
just
been.
say, "Well, we're not going to come out with this." They buy up the competition, don't do anything with the characers.
You know what they
And then
could
they
do?
make a big thing out of it, like 50
Yeah,
years later when they
an
come back
event.
with it.
All right. I like the Widowmaker back in the Malibu. He's like one of those side characters. They could have put Widowmaker somewhere in the Marvel universe, and like he's like the sole survivor of the Malibu universe, Earth, and came to the Marvel world or whatever. That's
So
his opinion.
I know you're busy, Peter, but are you reading any comics, graphic novels, books now? What are you reading?
Well, I got the new John Byrne X-Men books.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Mighty geek.
So, it's like, if anybody that doesn't know, like, John Byrne wanted to continue the story with Jean Grey not dying. So he started posting pages on his website, and some fans got a bunch of books printed, which, against Marvel as well or whatever. But anyway, I grabbed up some copies. I know
you
somebody.
lucky devil.
Wow,
Yeah.
I need to grab some of those. I
need
think it was
to grab some of those
X-Men
books now.
Elsewhere, right?
Yeah. And so it's like I'm slowly reading that, and just so, because it's just penciled pages, but it's gorgeous. And the guy, John Byrne's like 70 something, early
He's like
70s.
73, I think, isn't he?
Did you
Yeah.
hear his X-Men The Hidden Years that picks up after Neil Adams' run with the team? X-Men The Hidden Years.
Yeah, I got some of those. Yeah,
I think I've seen those. I never read those.
They're actually pretty
like
good.
21 issues, I think.
Yeah.
I've been trying to complete my collection of those so I can binge read it.
I think some of them are in like the dollar bins, perhaps, or wherever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's pretty sad for a John Byrne book.
But it's actually pretty good. He did a good job on it.
Yeah, well, like, John Byrne is definitely like one of my favorite artists in the industry.
Me too.
Like George Perez. But it's like Paul Chadwick. I can mention Paul Chadwick. He did a book called Concrete. For Dark Horse back in the day. I love like John Bogdanovich's work. He did
Man of Steel.
He was a Steel. He did Steel after Superman died. He did this Steel book.
Bog,
John Bogdanovic, I think, right?
John Bog, yeah.
Yeah, John Bog, yeah.
Yeah. His work was gorgeous. Yeah.
Not John Bon Jovi. No, not John Bon Jovi.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, I met him. He signed, I think, Man of Steel issue 30 with Lobo versus Superman.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I had that signed. He's a nice guy. A couple of books, yeah.
Mike Zack?
Who is it? Somebody mentions Joe Quesada. Obviously, it's like I love Joe's older work. He's still super talented.
He is good.
I don't know what Shadow Hawk Backs has against him, but
some people do. I mean,
he's not a taste for everybody. But it's like I know him personally. It's like from years ago and whatnot. And his work hasn't been matched in some ways. Like when he was doing even like an early work of his that was collected was very simplistic and inspired by Mike Mignola. But in that he was developing his own style. He did Exo Manowar later and Ninjak and Daredevil, of course.
That's good.
It's like he does quality storytelling. That's important to comics. It's not all about pretty pictures.
That's true. Got to be a storyteller.
Yeah.
Yeah, the early Daredevil ones are really good. The David Mack Daredevils are I love those covers.
Yeah,
David Mack did.
Yeah, he's a character. He does great work. I love Kabuki.
Yeah.
It's a great read and gorgeous to look at. And yeah, he has like so many super fans too.
Oh yeah, man. I actually have one of his earlier works. It was Vital Man, The Adventures of the Vital Man,
that.
issue 3. And I was at a convention and I had him sign it. I was like, "Hey, how much you want? How much you want to sell this to me?" I'm like, "I don't want to sell. I want you to sign it." So he signed it for me and signed on maybe one of the Daredevil books too. So it was pretty cool. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he was the real Retro's top 30 character with a green cape and
it's
sort of
so
brown
good.
leather.
The black and white artwork in issue 3, man. You had a. I mean, that was early David Mack, but man, he can really put the inks down. And before
if you meet him again, tell him where I got it. I got my copies at Mile High Comics. They have everything.
Oh yeah, they do. They do.
It's funny, like Brian Michael Bendis and him were close buddies back in the day. You know, sort of helped each other along the way.
That's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you know, it's like I really, frankly, like everybody's work, whether you're, you know, like top professional or just a beginner. It's like I get something from everyone, and you know, it's like I've drawn stuff. I haven't done a lot of comic pages, but I've drawn stuff. I did pinups and some covers and whatnot. But Retro will be the first book I do from cover to cover. So, you know, like with issue 2, issue 1, I have a penciler, which is my friend Rich Fuchsia, and he's amazing, and he's laid out the groundwork. But issue 2 on, I'm going to be drawing as well as inking, coloring, and so forth. So that's going to be a real testament to my level of skill at that point.
It's a Herculean challenge right there. I get it.
Yeah, but I'm due for one. You know, it's like I've been in this industry 30 years. It's like, you know, it's time I really show my skill level. What is it? Oh, so the funny thing about what will be issue 2 is, back in the day, Jimmy penciled a Marvel Comics Presents story that had Ghost Rider in it, and he asked if he could take some pictures of me to use it as a character in the story. I was like, sure, and you know, so he took a bunch of pictures of me, and then, you know, I saw this story published later, and the character I was a bum. So for issue 2 of Retro, I already asked his permission, and he said, yeah, it sounds cool. He's going to be the villain of issue 2, and the villain's name is Button Man. So you'll have to wait. Button Man.
Button Man.
Not Button Man. Button Man.
Button Man, right? Button Man.
Yes.
Button Man.
It's the northern accent.
I guess so. I should pronounce Button Man. Yes.
Button Man.
Villain. So, there you go. Does he steal buttons? What does he do?
No. You'll have to check out the issue. It's something I thought of a while back, and
it's back in so the old Ghost Rider issue back in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Can you remember what issue number by chance?
I have no clue.
You have to ask Jimmy. Sign his copy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I filled in the blanks, so yeah, definitely sign your copy.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Well, you look like a young Julius Schwartz to me.
You kind of do. Yeah. Oh, Julius Schwartz is alive. He's under the name of Peter Palmiotti.
I appreciate that. Usually I'm fully shaved nowadays.
Well, it looks like you're fully shaved.
Well, just about, yeah.
I know you'll succeed because you got the Graham Nolan, the Andy Smith look going on. And
yeah, you do,
all these
man.
other
Those guys
are
are
all
just
bald.
They're champions. You'll be the next one, man. There you go, Peter. You work very hard.
It's funny when it it's like I had short hair for a while and I decided to shave it, and this was like 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was. And I have a friend who is as old as I am, and he came up with Kojak. I'm like, Kojak, seriously?
Kojak, Jason Statham, The Rock.
The Rock. Yes,
Bruce
something
Willis.
going on, and
There you go. Yeah. It's all right, man. It's like the golden age of bald and stubble. It's fine.
Yeah.
More masculine. There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But dang. Well, it looks like basically our hour or whatever is up. If any other things you want to promote, you do have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. Everything is Peter Palmiotti. So YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I haven't been highly active, but give me a couple of months. I'm doing a lot of work. I'm working on too many projects. But I'll be back in force this year and crowdfunding a lot of different projects for a lot of different people. I hope that Retro is the start of my comic line. And,
let's run a shout to this here. Retro, everyone. Yeah, please, if you mods can get Peter Palmiotti's YouTube link, I really appreciate it for this show. Yeah, let's take a look at that Retro. There you go, man. Retro. I like that logo. So tell me, how did you create Retro?
It was like me and my friend were hanging out in the woods and sort of like just on the spur of the moment came up with our own superheroes. I came up with Retro, and it was just a name, and I had some sort of visual idea of what he looked like. And he came up with Mineral Man. And he actually, in the first issue I'm going to have, he kept his drawings, which I didn't, of course, but he kept his drawing of Mineral Man, so I'm going to have a little cameo of Mineral Man in the back of my book.
There you go.
But yeah, it was just a name, and I went home later that day or whatever and drew a full figure, and the character today looks very similar to what I created, so it's not too different.
Cool.
Slight design differences, but I wanted simple superhero looking character. And hey, let me before I go, I'll try to zoom on the cover of Retro.
Okay. Go share your screen wherever you're ready. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I'll see if we're get another one. All right.
Good you go.
You have maybe Shadowhawk or somebody, and my mods can find Peter Palmiotti's link, maybe. But we can always look under Peter Palmiotti YouTube, or you pretty much in there. It's really easy to find.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
if you Google me, I'm everywhere.
Oh, hell yeah. There it is.
There's Retro. Is Retro.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Retro. Hell yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
There he goes.
The art built,
So,
he's just
what? I wouldn't mind actually printing that out and give it a little coloring myself. I'm an old school markers guy. Are you the same way?
I'm going to be doing digital coloring. So
okay.
It's going to be actually very, very 80s comic. Just straightforward coloring, because this is my first coloring attempt. And as I will get more advanced, but
Yeah.
you know, his colors are pretty much this. You know, his colors are red and purple.
Okay.
Just, you know, kind of like Magneto and some other characters, I guess. But
yeah, okay. Oh, this looks pretty cool. Got the
yeah,
retro on
retro.
Indiegogo. I'd say maybe April. Retro
He definitely has a
Indiegogo.
Captain America boot.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And,
oh, you know what?
You know,
Fitzjoe says there's a British comic called Button Man about a hitman. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
well,
you couldn't
you know,
find the Ghost Rider reference, but that's just what he's calling the character that was kind of depicted after him. And
I guess so.
Ghost Rider.
Pretty cool, man. Yeah. Pretty cool. Well, dang, you know, I'd say, Peter, thanks for finding time to come on my channel and, you know.
Yeah. Having me on. This was fun.
Oh, that's really cool. I think we had a great time, you know. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see. We got Devil Flyer. He's got his own YouTube channel. You'll go ahead and promote that real quick if you're still around.
It's at Devil Flyer, Rex Christian, Momentum. Just put any of that in. Coming up on like, I don't know, 70 videos or something. I show original artwork and collectibles, you name it, a little bit of it all.
Oh, wow.
A lot of production artwork. A lot of it's one of a kind.
Yeah.
We've had showed a book the other day that there's only about on the Gerber list that there's only about 20 in existence. So that's really rare of the old Dagwood. And it even had while flipping through it, it even had a section on the history of comics going back all the way to 3000 BC to the Yellow Kid. So,
wow.
Quite nice, but quite rare book. And and also got to sign up for the Ash Can, Devil Flyer #1. And if you want to see the trailer, it's over there. I have a trailer made. It's over there on my channel under Devil Flyer. So check it out.
All right.
We have a lot of fun.
That's really cool.
I do a 4:00 shadow show.
yeah. I've been catching some of those. Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. You know, Saturdays and Sundays.
Actually, I have my FemBat trailer. It's on some of my latest videos. I actually inserted there. So there's a FemBat trailer. Hopefully, I got to put a link to it, and hopefully I could show it before I can show my live streams. I'll figure that one out. But
yeah.
And of course, Peter, you're pretty much on Instagram and Twitter and your YouTube channel.
YouTube and yeah.
And you also have your Human Art Studio, right?
Yeah, Human Art Studio. I mean, it's just, it's everybody in the 90s came up with a studio name. Shadowhawk asks if I was Jimmy's brother. Yes, yeah, we're brothers.
Yeah, they're related. Jimmy's older, like a year and a half, I guess, right?
Yeah. My eBay. I also sell on eBay, and that's under FASAS. If you'll do FASAS.
Yeah.
If you'll look under that, Shadowhawk, you'll find it.
Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely. Frog G, hail. Hey, welcome. Well, okay, guys. I'm sorry some people are actually coming on here, but, anything else, I guess, you got Project Retro coming out in April, plus you're doing other projects as well with Apex Comics Group. Those guys.
Good to meet you, Peter.
Yeah, man. It's great to meet you.
One of the publishers,
yeah.
Meet you.
Oh, Devil Flyer. There you go. Devil Flyer, Black and White Ash Can preview. There you go. The link right here on Indiegogo. I signed up for it. Anybody who hasn't signed up for it, sign up for it. Let's go and help each other out. Yeah, that's right.
Frog G will put that link up there that Peter Palmiotti, his YouTube channel. Would you put that up, Frog G?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and kind of
end it.
Stammer around and
it's like youtube.com/c/Peter Palmiotti. It's pretty straightforward.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah. Oh, play the FemBat trail. I gotta search it out, man. I gotta search it out.
Next week, gotta keep you coming back. I gotta
find that link. Yeah, I do have it.
That's the hook. There we go. Yeah, go over there and subscribe.
Yeah, man. Subscribe, ring bell for notifications on Devil Flyer and Peter Palmiotti, and of course my channel. So yeah, so I thank you for coming on, Peter. It's been a real blast. It's been really cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep in touch, of course. Yeah, man.
Yes.
So
I just subbed Peter, so I'm subbed to you now.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
Definitely.
I think I'm subscribed to you, Devil. I'll double check.
I hope so. Yeah, just look under Devil Flyer. You should be able to find it. I've got enough content up now.
There you go. Oh, here he is. There's Devil Flyer. Yep, there's the YouTube channel. Bang bang, spang spang, all that good stuff.
Frog G.
Yeah. So
as
all right.
Always.
All right. Very
as
cool.
Always, Apex.
As
I'm
always,
in awe.
Apex.
I'm in awe.
Ah, well, we're in awe. Absolutely. I'm good. You know what, Peter? You're my very first actual professional comic book artist that came on my channel. So you've actually you christened this channel with your presence, and I really appreciate that.
You're setting a high bar for us, Peter.
I'm trying to set a high bar. Yeah, man, definitely.
Here's to many, many more.
All right, everybody. So everyone has some good, sweet dreams, and there's will be a replay. Let's go ahead and I gotta take a drink. Well, I finished my tea off. So yeah, take a drink.
That unsweetened tea.
That's gone. I finished that up.
Oh.
There's another, of course, I keep the thing in the garage. The refrigerator is a little full. It's cold outside. It keeps it cool. So all right, everybody. Yeah. You guys have a great night, great rest of the morning, great week. And on February the 4th, I will on 8 p.m. It's kind of a day before. I will have Power Comics, Austin Hoff with me there. Power Comics. It's not from the 1977 Power Comics. It's a different Power Comics altogether. So
Power Comics.
Yeah, Power Comics. So I believe we're on
good stuff.
At 8 p.m. February 4th, Apex Comics channel. I'll go ahead and put the link in, on my StreamYard. So of course it'll be on the YouTube alert system, wherever. So anyway, thanks for coming on. You guys have a beautiful evening. And as always, Apex Comics saying, ciao for now. See you in the next live stream or video. Bye-bye.
See you in the funny papers.